what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Calisthenics Hub. Got my boy Rob with me here. For those that don't know, I had the pleasure of meeting Rob in person. He's a local athlete right here from New York. That's where I'm from, guys. And we had the opportunity to meet each other in person at one of the parks around here in the Washington Heights, and it was an amazing time, man. Rob, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Where you from? How old are you?
So my name is Rob. I'm from Washington Heights, born and raised. I just turned 25. My fitness journey, I started working out, like exercising and making it part of my everyday routine. I would say about like 4 years ago.
Okay.
But like more recently, I had just like got into calisthenics. So I was like a gym person. I used to like go into the gym. And then like within like probably I would say like 7 months ago, I started like training outside and then developed a new love for it. And like now calisthenics is me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I'm glad that you was actually, you led into my next question. You said you started calisthenics just about 6-7 months ago, right?
Yes.
You've always been an active person, you mentioned, right?
Yes, yeah.
Even in your childhood, were you always like into sports or into like, most of us, we like to climb trees and just run around and be, with our boys and stuff. Were you that very active person or were you more of a...
I was. So my first, like I grew up playing basketball.
Okay.
Until I got to high school. And then I joined the swim team in high school. So I swam competitively for 4 years in high school.
Gotcha.
For the PSAL league.
Okay.
And so I was basically always active. Even as a kid, if I was playing basketball, then high school I started swimming. And then swimming kind of gives you like this skinny like figure,
Right.
And after high school, when I got into college, I was like, I'm gonna start like training to like make my body look better,
Pretty much woke up, right? And aesthetically and just kind of gets, I feel you, man. I was there at one point in my life too, man. I feel you. I look to weights too, so I understand.
So that was my first thing. I was like, okay, what do you do? Go to the gym, eat more, and hopefully you get what you want.
The basic bodybuilder guidebook, right? For sure, man. So then you started calisthenics, and now you're not gonna stop. So let me ask you a question: what motivated you, or was there a certain athlete that got you into the sport that inspired you?
I wouldn't say that there was a certain athlete, like a specific person,
right?
But I felt like a new type of excitement seeing the type of moves that people are able to do in calisthenics,
Right.
Things that, like when I would see, I'm like, dang, like how can you even do that,
Yeah, man.
And then seeing it, and I'm like, okay. And then once you like training, like you get closer and closer to it. And then at some point you're doing things that you thought you would never be able to do,
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Same here. So I guess your exposure was YouTube or Instagram, like which platform? Instagram? Yeah, man. So Instagram definitely was a huge platform that I used to research. I use YouTube as well. But man, that's amazing, bro. That just the fact that we can see what your body can actually do and defy gravity, I think that was pretty cool. So I'm pretty sure that drew you to the sport as well, right?
Definitely.
But we know it takes a lot of work to get to these amazing moves that these other athletes have been doing and accomplished. That's great, man. That's great. So tell me a little bit about your journey when you first started calisthenics, like 6-7 months ago. Because we all have the beginning, and bodyweight exercises is not like lifting weights, as we all know. It takes a little more than just lifting a weight. So tell me a little bit about the beginning. Was there any challenges that you faced, and what kept you going? Like, was there anything motivating you to keeping you going?
Like the beginning of my calisthenics journey, I wouldn't say it was difficult because even when I was going to the gym, I would still pull-ups, push-ups, dips were still part of my routine, even when I was weightlifting.
You had the core fundamentals.
Yeah. So I was like, I started calisthenics seriously, and I was still like, had a solid pull-up foundation, solid push-up, dip foundation. So
if you mind if I ask, how many reps? Like, give me a solid foundation when you first started. Let me know.
So when I first started, I could do 12, 13 pull-ups, like strict form, good form.
Okay.
And I was like, that's
full range of motion?
Yeah, full range
of motion?
Yeah,
all right, cool.
Full range of motion. That's basically how I would always warm up. Like if I had a back day, I would warm up with pull-ups.
Okay. So
if I had a push day, I would warm up with push-ups and dips.
So you do a lot of compound movements as a warm up to the weight training. Okay.
So it wasn't that hard. And even before I started my calisthenics journey, I was able to do like some muscle ups. I would do like a good 5 muscle ups.
No, you're naturally strong. You're naturally
Yeah,
strong.
yeah.
I mean, I guess you know you mentioned you were swimming, you were in
Yeah.
basketball, so your active young days actually helped you just stay active and build that muscle memory connection. Because swimmers are strong, man.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's a
Swimmers
lot
are
of
strong.
cardio, but it is a lot of strength, like swimming long periods of time.
Absolutely, absolutely. Like, every sport has an extreme level that you can, get to that point, or professional level, should I say? So that's amazing, man. But that's good that your past was able to transition to your calisthenic journey. That's pretty cool,
Exactly.
man. That's not a lot of people have that background. So big ups to you, brother.
Yep.
Now that we know, how it was when you first started. Now that you're already 6-7 months into your training of calisthenics, do you structure your training differently, and do you train for specific skills or strength or just aesthetics?
So I'm like right now, it's like all the options that you gave me, I've been training in different days. I train for different things.
Gotcha.
So I don't really train for aesthetics anymore.
Okay.
It's either for strength or like to get a certain skill.
Sure.
So recently I've been just training for strength.
Okay.
Because I just haven't like really found a skill that I'm like, I really want to do it.
I saw you doing handstands when I met you at the park.
Yeah,
Bro.
but like
What you did?
I already got the handstand.
So
So
move on to the one hand.
no, what I am going to though, what I am going to move on to, like I want to start doing handstand push-ups.
Okay. Okay.
So that's
So
definitely
like you mean like off the wall, right? Just
yeah,
straight
yeah.
handstand.
Yeah,
Okay. Cool. Cool.
straight,
Cool. Cool.
straight, but off the wall. So that's probably like one of the moves that I like am working towards.
Right.
But
Right.
like now most of my workouts are structured around strength, really.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Handstand push-up off the wall is definitely a lot of strength and coordination. So keep at
Yeah.
it. Keep at it. You already know you gotta just chip at it little by little every day and every week. So
Yeah.
so you're actually training for so I guess the handstand push-up would be
Mhm.
your skill that you're training for.
Yes.
So now that we know that you're training for strength, what's your favorite exercise and what's your least favorite exercise?
Huh. Funny enough, I think my favorite my favorite exercise is probably leg raises.
Leg raises, so core,
Yeah.
so the good
Yeah,
core
yeah.
activation.
I love.
Okay.
I'm a big core person.
I mean, you need a strong core for most of the calisthenic stuff, man.
Literally for everything.
Yeah, yeah. And
Like
let's be real, yeah,
if
everything.
your core fails you in any like of the big moves,
Yeah.
it's not gonna work for you. So my favorite exercise is probably leg raises. Like I do leg raises every single day.
Okay. All right. All right.
So it would be either be leg raises or dips. I really enjoy doing dips,
Gotcha.
especially weighted dips.
Talk about weighted dips. What's the weight that you are currently working on?
So my kettlebell, the highest one I have goes to 30 pounds. So I'm just there. I could
30.
go for more, yeah, but I use a 30-pound kettlebell.
Well, like we gotta link up because right now I'm working on 20.
Yeah.
The weighted dips, 20 weighted pull-ups. Just because I know that one, it builds mass, and
Yeah.
two, it builds amazing strength. So,
Amazing.
weighted calisthenics is something that I'm glad you brought that up because that's a segment I want to talk about later on. So,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do another interview just straight on weighted calisthenics.
Let's do it.
All right, cool, man. So tell me about your recovery because we already know that you're working about 4 or 5 days a week, I suppose.
Yeah.
Tell me about your recovery.
Oh, like 5, 6 probably.
5, 6. Oh, so you get that extra 6 day.
Yeah.
Now, I suppose the 6 day you don't go that hard, right? Or is it hard every day?
It really does depend on how I feel.
Okay,
like
so-
I know
so-
that certain people may believe like you need rest, and like I just go by how I feel myself.
Well, that's actually another thing I've researched over the time in YouTube that people go by how their body feels.
Yes.
If their body feels that they can keep going, keep going. Science does say recovery does help, so rest, but you still get that 1 day to rest. I'm sure you're supplementing with nutrition. So tell me about like your diet plan, and because that's also part of recovery. So not only just sleeping in the recovery and like deloading as they say. Tell me about your nutrition as well. Like what else do you do to make sure you're maximizing your potential?
Yeah. So I don't have a strict diet plan. I'm kind of like I eat whatever I want type of person. However, I don't eat like fast food. I don't eat like chips. I don't eat like candy, stuff like that. I don't eat red meat either or pork. So my diet is mostly chicken and fish.
Well, very lean sources of protein.
Yes.
Yeah.
So either chicken and fish are like my types of meats, and I eat a lot of potatoes, quinoa.
So you cut out the rice as a Spanish man. You don't eat that much rice.
No, I you can't not eat rice at that. And I honestly love rice. But
What's your background again, Rob?
I'm half Dominican, half Colombian.
Gotcha. Oh, you Colombian?
Yeah, my mom was born in Colombia.
Oh, where, bro? I'm from Cali, bro.
My mom is from Medellin.
Oh, look at that, bro. Listen, man, I'm going out to Colombia in a month, man. If you want to come along, let me know, bro.
All right.
I'm doing like a segment out there. You know what I mean?
Okay,
It's gonna be fun.
cool.
It's gonna be fun. That's dope. I didn't even know you was Colombian, bro. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So yeah, as you already know, man, el arroz is crazy out here for us, bro.
Yeah.
But actually, I cut back a lot on rice just to get the abs in. I used to eat rice too much, but
Yeah.
now I got a pretty lean, high protein, low carb diet,
Yeah.
good fats. But I still eat my rice on the weekends. I'm not gonna lie. And ice cream. I'm a big fan of ice cream. What's your cheat meal? What's your cheat meal?
I'm not a sweets person, so
Nah.
I don't really eat sweets.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So let's dive a little deeper into your journey. And I know you haven't been training too long, but you're a fitness guy overall. So many people find calisthenics intimidating when it first starts off. What made you believe that you can do it? I mean, I guess you already had a good foundation, but was there anything else that you're like, yo, I know I'm gonna do this because that person could do it, or just like, tell me about that.
Funny enough, it was a little intimidating, because like you see some people that can do like we said before, things that you are like, how in the world can you even do it? Like a planche push-up is ridiculous to me. Like if you look at it, the person is not even touching the floor. Like they're just on the floor with their hands and they're pushing up.
Yep,
So things like that are like, wow. But
I agree.
what kept me going, I guess, and gave me the motivation was in the summer I was running like a fitness camp.
Okay.
And so me and Anthony, you met Anthony.
Yeah.
We were running we were running a fitness camp in the park that we met the other day.
Yep.
And so we had like other people, obviously lower level than us, that wanted to get into calisthenics, and we were like just guiding them and training them into it. And I was just seeing them like get so good.
Yeah.
For like a period of 2 months. So I'm like I can see their growth and I was growing. Like we were all growing together. So like
That's amazing, man.
that was just like a beautiful thing to see. Like literally I had people that couldn't do pull-ups.
Right.
And they were doing L-sit pull-ups like at the end of 2 months.
That's what I'm saying, man. Just consistency and dedication, bro. That's awesome. The fact that you was able to show your craft and share your experience with others, that's awesome, man. That's just making the growing the community larger, and that's awesome, bro. Making the community bigger. That's great, brother. Was there any event that pushed you into working out, or maybe like maybe an emotional journey in your life, something like maybe something that happened currently that pushed you? People go through anxiety, anger, or anything like that.
No, like not really anything that happened to me, but like it was more probably superficial that I wanted to just like, I was skinnier, so I just wanted to like build some muscle.
Gotcha.
But besides that, like I have a good 3 years that like probably haven't missed a week of working out in the last 3 years. So in a sense, like working out and exercising and training to me is like something that I need to do. Like it clears my mind. Like if I go a week,
it's therapeutic for you.
Yes, like if I go a week without training, like I won't feel the same mentally.
I hear you, man.
I just won't be there.
Yes, same here, brother. I completely agree. The day I don't train, I'm always feeling like, man, should I just done handstand drills just cause? Maybe I should have, But there's always those days. We gotta just be honest with each other and just keep pushing better. That's it. Well, that brings me to my next subject, man, because you said the mind, right? So calisthenics, we know it helps build that mind and muscle connection, not just physically, but do you think that calisthenics has helped you out in other areas in your life, not just physically?
Yeah, like we were saying, mentally, I feel it's like a way to channel like anything that you might have went through during the day. Like you just go. I feel like for me, if I had a rough day, and I go to the park and I put on my headphones, like literally everything that happened that day didn't happen. Like it's erased. I have my music on. I'm working on a certain exercise and I'm good. Like.
So that's your method of kind of like dealing with your daily stress.
Yes, or
and
any
your
stress,
day-to-day
like,
stuff.
yeah.
Right. That makes sense, man. I mean, exercise is a great way to get rid of frustration,
Yeah.
anxiety, depression, and also it's a great way to build confidence, man. Like you said, you were skinny and you wanted to build muscle for self-image, or maybe just to have that confidence within oneself. So
Of
you
course.
know, have you built that confidence now that you've been working out for the past 3 to 4 years?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Definitely, you see
Like
a
at this
shift in
point,
that.
yeah, at this point, like I told you earlier, I'm not,
I,
like it's past
I cut
that.
off. Hold up. What happened? I cut off. One more time.
Like I told you earlier, I don't even train for looks anymore. Like
Right.
it's past that. So yeah,
Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, you see yourself development, you see yourself growth,
yeah,
man. And have you documented your journey, by the way? Like, did you see your development from
yeah,
like
yeah,
when you?
yeah.
That's
I
awesome,
have,
man.
I have a picture when I first started
Okay,
training. I have a
okay,
picture that I took probably like 2 or 3 months ago.
that's great. That's
Yeah.
great, man. Always good to look back and you know, to me, it's humbling because it's like, yo, I was there, now I'm here, and anybody could do that.
Oh, of course.
Anybody can do that, man. And that's great, brother. That's awesome, bro. Now tell me one more thing. Were there any setbacks on your journey for calisthenics? Like, did you see any setbacks that may have potentially hindered your training further?
Um, yeah, I'm sure you've encountered this too.
Absolutely.
Like sometimes when you're training, like in calisthenics, there's so many moves, there's so many things to train, right?
Yeah, man.
And like ever happens, like you're training a move and then you don't train it for some time because for some reason you want to train a new move and then you go back to that move and it's not how you had it at some point.
Absolutely.
So those are probably one of the biggest setbacks. Like for example, if I don't train like handstands for 2 weeks, like when I go back, it feels so like difficult. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like how I have it now, you know?
Right.
So that's
Right.
probably one of the biggest setbacks in calisthenics. And then the fact that you have so many things that you might want to train, so many moves, like I want to do this, that. When you focus on one, like the other ones start to like lag
Yeah.
off.
Yeah. Nah, but this is why what I've learned is stick to two skills, master those two skills, or even just one, depending on your level,
Yeah.
and like whether you're beginner or intermediate. You know, like for me, it's handstands and planche.
Mm-hmm.
Launch is going to be a journey. Handstands, I'm getting closer every day.
Yeah.
You know, I'm able to build some seconds off the wall. You know, coming from when I kick back, I used to hit that wall so hard. Now I
Yeah.
have that control.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? We've all been there.
Yeah.
So planche, on the other hand, it's not coordination, it's not balance, it's not just strength. It is brute strength and muscle conditioning and body conditioning.
Yeah.
Like, so it's a journey, but you got to enjoy it and you got to just keep going at it one day at a time, man. So now that we know now, you know you started 6 months ago, but let's say you started 3 years ago. What would you tell yourself 3 years ago with the knowledge that you have now?
I think I would tell myself to like kind of like you said, get sometimes I'm not as organized with my training.
Okay.
Because like sometimes I just don't have time to like sit and put it down. Like I'll just like finish work and go train, and like just when I'm there I'll wing it.
Gotcha.
So I would tell myself to get more organized with my training and my skills that I want to accomplish, and like set like concrete goals. Like by this time I should be able to do this at this degree and certain stuff like that. Like just to get more organized with it.
Guys, kind of just have a layout on paper and kind of just have that envision of timeline and what you should be able to accomplish. Now, again, if you don't, like, let's say if you do get to that timeline, for anyone who's watching, that doesn't mean that, you know, you shouldn't stop training. Everybody's different, you know? So
But
just keep on going.
I feel like it can hold, like you can hold yourself accountable. Like, okay, I didn't reach it here, so let me extend it, and I know what I gotta fix in this.
And also, exactly, you can measure progress and you can go back and adjust things accordingly. Maybe you got to do certain exercise for longer, or maybe up to ante on here and there. So, yo, great stuff, man. I agree with you, man. That's some good advice for anyone who's starting.
Yep.
Go, if you're starting now, get the basics going as he did, because he had a good foundation, and just structure your plan and try to focus on a couple of things to make sure you master those things and just keep going. That's good stuff, man. Let's talk about your future. What are your goals for the future as far as calisthenics? Do you see yourself doing? You had a camp already. Is that something you're doing currently with calisthenics? Yeah. Is there something more you're doing? Tell me about your future with calisthenics and fitness.
So I'm a personal trainer. So that's why I started fitness camp.
Okay.
But the fitness camp initially wasn't structured to be a calisthenics camp. It just ended up being a calisthenics camp because we were outdoors in the bars. So it was like, that's how I was training them.
It just makes sense, right? You already have the environment there. Yeah, I understand.
Gyms were closed due to COVID. So we were outdoors, and I'm just like, so it just turned into a calisthenics camp, and I loved it. They loved it. So it worked out for both of us. So for me in the future, I see myself doing more camps.
Okay.
In training in the style of calisthenics,
Gotcha.
to raise awareness in calisthenics, and to like build to. Some people don't know really what calisthenics is. Like sometimes when people ask me, like what kind of training do you do, and I tell them calisthenics, they're like, but like what really is that? Like they don't know what it is, you know. So
to piggyback off that, a lot of people in the world don't even know what calisthenics is because they consider it a street workout.
Yes.
Like now that I'm actually like diving deeper, I was doing some research and street workout kept popping up. So I just decided to Google that word, and dude, so many athletes came out and opened a whole new world of calisthenics. And I'm like, what? So yeah, street workout is another way people are describing the sport.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it has a bad stigma because of the street word in it. But calisthenics and street workout together is the same. It's the same thing essentially. But what we want to do is just change that stigma and promote it to a positive community as we're doing here right now. Yeah. That's awesome, man. So you want to pretty much, you're currently our fitness trainer, and you're going to grow this calisthenic camp.
Yes.
That's your future right now. Cool. Do you see yourself quitting calisthenics?
Nah, this is just the beginning.
This is the beginning.
Yeah.
Cool. So you're pretty much gonna do this for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Until your bones and your muscles says, I can't pull up no more.
Yep.
As they say, pull up or shut up.
At the park that we met, there's this guy that.
I saw him. Him. The older gentleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
You saw what
he did and everything.
Yeah, like I'm telling you.
Yo, I'm gonna have to interview him when I go out there for sure. That's gonna be a good segment, man. Calisthenics till our hands fall off, pretty much.
And that was the first time you've probably seen him, but like I see him often, and I'm just like, yeah.
That's awesome, man. Do you know him personally? Maybe you could do the introduction.
I don't know him personally, but we can just go up to him and see.
Yeah, I'm sure. The calisthenic community is really that friendly and open, man. That's what I realized myself getting into it. That I see somebody do something and I'll ask them for advice, and people are so open and willing to help another brother out or another person out. So that's awesome, brother. That's my personal experience with it. That's why I want to do this. Help whoever, and and go like that, bro. So last question. I'm gonna wrap this up, and then I got a surprise for you at the end, man. The surprise question, but this is the last official question. If you can choose only one of the three that I'm gonna mention that has helped you the most in calisthenics, which one would it be? Discipline, motivation, or purpose?
I would say discipline.
Discipline, okay. Explain. Elaborate a little bit.
Because it takes a lot like to get certain moves is like certain moves might take you 5 months to get one move. Right. So like, you have to like be disciplined and like really like, how can I say it? You have to be disciplined and really like apply yourself to it. Like you gotta know that that's what you need to do, and you gotta set a structure for yourself and really follow what you say.
I agree with you, man.
That's why I say I would pick discipline for sure.
Discipline plays a huge factor, and I feel like that in any sport or anything that you do for your life that you want to achieve. I think it's one of those character traits that you build with calisthenics over time. So it's something nice, man. Something real nice. So thank you, brother. I really appreciate your time. How about you let the world know what you're doing, what your Instagram, any YouTube pages? Shout yourself out, man. What you working on?
My name is Rob, trainer out of New York City, Upper Manhattan. You can follow me on Instagram at Robfaded, ROBFADED. I'm launching a fitness brand called Faded Fit with my friend Anthony, who you met. And we'll have all the updates on my Instagram. I'm usually posting calisthenics content and all of that for you guys to enjoy.
Guys, we'll be sure to have everything he mentioned in the description of the video here. And guys, be sure to follow him. He has great content. I love the active wear too. I saw him wear it the other day. It was cool. So just be sure to follow him, man. Show him some love. And again, Rob, thank you for doing this interview with me. I really appreciate, showing another local athlete some love. We got to get your boy Ant on here on the project, and he said he's gonna do something. So I'm just waiting on his email and stuff. So we'll set it up, man. Is there anything you want to tell me? Any questions for me? I know I'm the interviewer, but I figure why not?
Nah, no questions. But we definitely need to get a session in sometime.
Oh, I'm down, bro. We're around each other, so I'm down, man. I got my rings to set up whenever, so I'm down.
Ready.
All right, bro. I appreciate your time, man. And yo, guys, thank you for watching the Calisthenic Hub, man. Another interview done, a success. Yo, we out of here, man. Appreciate you, Rob.